pure cocoa powder, a better way to start your day.
Oluji pure cocoa powder, a better way to start your day.
Ọba mi máa nínú ìwà pẹ̀lẹ́ o. Ìmọ̀ràn ni yóò gbọ́rọ̀. Ìbínú níwẹ̀ nìkan yóò máa gbólújí dédé. Mo fẹ́ dàbí Jésù.
Sustainability, well, like I said earlier, now that attention is shifting back to cocoa, and I know that the government, even as I'm talking now, the federal government is working on a cocoa policy that will ensure that the cocoa economy in Nigeria is sustained and expanded. This company, like I said, started way back in 1984, started production in 84. The vision at that time is to add value to cocoa before it is being exported. The history of cocoa in Nigeria has been that majority of the export of cocoa has been on the raw level, in which case the farmers produce, the buyers buy, and we ship abroad without adding value. We have since discovered that that is not helping the economy, because when you don't add value to your agricultural produce, and agriculture happens to be the largest employer of labor, and if you don't add value to your agricultural produce, you cannot use agriculture as it were to create employment. So the sustainability going forward is that more attention will be given to processing, which means that companies like this, we hopefully will start to enjoy more attention from authorities and given incentives to expand and to be able to accommodate, to open up more space for employment. Sustainability also will rub off on the value chain, because when you have a company like this, a lot of people benefit from it, starting from the farmer. The farmer has an expanded market instead of depending mainly on the exporters for the demand for their products. They can sell to local processors like us, who also we pay them good money. And as a matter of fact, if we have more companies like this, and there are conducive environment deliberately created by policies to make such companies like this to be sustainable, I think it will be better for everybody along the value chain. The farmers, the buyers, the local produce buyers, the transporters, the suppliers of inputs, the agricultural extension people, and so on. It's a whole gamut of, it's a chain. Even the people who use the products locally for beverages, for pharmaceuticals, for food, these people engage people and they create a lot of employment along the chain. So sustainability going forward, I think, like I said, demand for cocoa is expanding. Even both locally now, there is more awareness that a lot of things can be done with cocoa. So as the market expands, of course, more people will be interested in both in farming, in production, in processing, and in marketing. In everything one does, there has to be good practice. In the cocoa value chain, you have the good agricultural practice, and you have the good manufacturing practice. So people need to be trained. One thing we do in the cocoa chain is that we organize farmer education. There are farmer training schools that have been supported by companies like us that use the produce from these farmers. We also organize farmer cooperatives where they can come together and we can disseminate information through these cooperatives in language that they can understand, because we need to go to their level to be able to disseminate the information that we think will be beneficial to them in improving upon their agricultural practices. So we organize such things. We participate, using the platforms that are created by major companies in the cocoa value chain. Also, we also train people along the value chain. For example, a company like this provides opportunity for students in higher institutions to come and do what we call industrial attachment here, which they call an internship in other places, so that they can learn some things which they may not be able to learn in their laboratories in school. So these are part of the trainings and the opportunities we give to people down the value chain, so that at least we can increase knowledge and we can at the same time sustain the future of the industry itself. Because when you train people now, they are the people that will take up in the future. And of course, it also encourages product development, because the more people are trained, the more they are open to the possibilities that lie within the economy of cocoa itself. So I think one of the greatest things, one of the things we attach very important consideration to is training. Both of our workers, we organize a lot of training, both in-house and outside the plant, so that at least we can continue to improve on our manufacturing techniques and so on. So training is very important, but it's not what we try to do is to make that training permeates through the value chain, from the cocoa farmer to the LBAs. For example, at times we gather our LBAs, we tell them how to there are courses that are organized for local buy agents to be able to improve on the quality of cocoa they supply, either for export or for local processors like us. We also participate in encouraging the input providers, those who supply the chemicals and so on, to cocoa farmers. When there are new regulations, we make sure that the information about these new regulations are passed down the line, so that it gets to the farmers in the language that they can understand. So we cooperate with people, the input suppliers, to give them new directions in demand, and we pass it down through education. So we engage in a lot of training and a lot of education down the value line, the value chain. I want to encourage us to continue to watch the Cocoa TV. I welcome you to this platform that promises to be very educative. You will be able to know much more about what goes on in the Nigerian cocoa economy. Once again, I want to thank you. Thank you for watching.